animesequence.org, the answer to all your burning questions.
Hi! Hello! You brought your helmet! What? Love it! Theme songs. I'm adding theme songs now to all the entrances.
Oh yeah.
I think it's kind of fun.
Everywhere I go.
You always get
I
it?
just want to play it everywhere I go.
It's like you have a walking theme song with you. Hey, that microphone, we should turn it on. It's all good.
What's up, everybody?
Lafayette, give it up. Let's see. Is it working? Are we on? Is it turned on?
Hello.
Ah, there we go.
We ate gator tips last night, guys.
Did you really?
Yes. Gator bites. Gator bites.
This one was not going to try it, and I told him not to be a wuss, and he was like, "Give me the tip."
True story. True story.
They taste. It was like the texture of cod, but the flavor of chicken.
Texture of cod with flavor of chicken.
Everyone's going, yeah.
Right? Everything tastes like chicken. Yeah.
Especially everything in Louisiana.
Yeah. And butter. A lot of butter.
There you go, Kat.
It's better with butter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We got it? Y'all can hear it? Y'all good?
Yeah.
Good.
Audience, y'all good? Y'all can hear it?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, she's so polite.
What?
That's that southern polite.
Yes, it is.
I love it.
So guys, if y'all have a question, just raise your hands, we'll get it to you. But first off, sincerely, welcome to Lafayette. Thank you for coming and visiting us at Louisiana Comic Con. This is amazing. I was wondering if we could get y'all, and we got y'all, and I got the feedback. So, Gator last night, anything else interesting y'all had?
Oh, we had charbroiled oysters. That was delicious.
Seafood gumbo. Tried some gumbo.
And Angela had jambalaya.
Jambalaya.
And what else? Oh, we watched the McGregor fight.
Oh. Or the McGregor massacre.
Massacre, yeah.
Right.
How was that?
I don't like watching stuff like that. I got roped into it, but it was actually pretty impressive to see him, the way he fought him. So.
Nice. Well, is it still ringing? We're good?
Yeah,
I think we're good.
We're good.
All right.
I think
This is how you know. I'm sorry.
This little girl's name's Lily.
Where's
like
Lily?
My daughter's name, and she had her hand up. First.
Already?
Yeah.
You want the first
she's
question?
ready.
You want to just jump into it? All right, let's do it. Hi. Where are you from?
I am from Hexagon.
So, what's your question?
I was just asking the Pink Ranger what is her favorite color?
What is your favorite color?
Well, I want to say pink, but I got a little over pink. Blue. I like blue.
Blue's a good color for you?
Like sky blue.
Jason, what's your favorite color?
You know, my favorite color's been red since I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch Catherine, turn your mic a little bit to you.
Yes. Sorry.
There you
we
go.
Is
I
that
think-
better?
Yeah, kick it right there. I think that would
Okay.
help reduce. Good deal. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
So, what I want to know, give me some background on how you got into Power Rangers.
I was in Australia, and I just got called for an audition. I didn't know what Power Rangers was. It was just a kids show I was auditioning for. And I had, I think, 3 auditions. One was a martial arts routine, and then I had to do a scene, and then the third one I met the producer, and Shuki Levy was his name. And then, like 3 weeks later, he called me and told me, "How do you feel about moving to Hollywood?" And I was like,
How old were you at the time again?
20.
20 years old.
Don't do the math. I'm just 21. Let's just do it.
Well, that's quite a move. I mean, 20 years old, just to be going across the world to Hollywood.
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
Wow, I didn't know.
Yeah, and when I came on, the show was really, really popular. It was at its peak, I feel like, when I came on the show, and the movie was coming out, and that's when I realized how huge the show was at that point. And I was a little more intimidated when I realized that. What about you?
Ours was my experience with Power Rangers was over 3 years. I had been doing other projects, soap operas I was doing, And they brought me in for the Galaxy season to read for the role of the Red Ranger. Did not get it. And then a year comes by, and then they were doing Lightspeed. Read for the role again. Did not get it. And then just continued on my way. And then the third year, they brought me back again. I thought, wow, they keep bringing me back, but I don't know why, because I'm not getting these. And that role ended up kind of aligning with who I am. I think that role worked out well as Wes. So the third time, it actually worked out, and it was, I want to say, 3 months worth of auditions. We did like 5 of them. And the interesting thing about it, that's always been unique for me, is that because I played the role of Wes and Alex, they gave me the same set of sides, and they said, okay, come in the room and do it as Wes. And then go out of the room, and I want you to come back, and we want to see Alex. So we want to see how different you can make your character.
Oh, wow.
So we had to do that. I did the same reading 2 completely different ways. And it actually, it worked out fine. And I knew all about Power Rangers. I mean, I was 27 at the time. Don't do the math. But I was very, very familiar with the show, but I didn't realize how big it was, because I was just happy to quit waiting tables at the time. So I'm like, okay, great. But it was a wonderful experience, and due to what you guys have set up for us. So that's how I got the role. Just an audition that went well.
Nice. Thank you for sharing that with us. Yeah. So to another question. Yes, sir. Your name? Where are you from?
My name's Cole, and I'm from Lafayette. I'm currently writing a fan fiction called Power Rangers Assassin's Creed. And in that fan fiction, I'm bringing in various other Rangers from past seasons to coach a new team of Rangers, very similar to what JDF did in Power Rangers Dino Thunder. So my question is, would you guys be interested in doing something like that?
Yeah, I mean, when we came back for the anniversary episode, it was really fun to come back and kind of bringing all of these Rangers together like that. I always love stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I echo that. With Hasbro taking it over, I'm curious to see what the franchise does. They're very exciting to kind of put different kind of life into it. I think the fan base is growing, and they enjoy those reunion episodes. They enjoy those, Kat coming back, me seeing people from their past come back, and I think they're recognizing that, and I think they're going to continue to do more guest appearances like Jason did, like we did.
Hasbro seems very excited about pleasing the fans. I feel like they're listening to you guys, so keep putting out there what you want, because they're paying attention.
That's fantastic to hear. So who's next? Back over here. Hi, your name?
Justin Hodges from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I was just wondering what you guys' 2 favorite villains are from the Power Rangers.
I always loved Rita and Zed. I thought they were so funny. But I was just talking to Jason about Vernon Wells in his season. He was really frightening. He was a great villain. So I liked him too. And I loved Ivan Ooze in the first movie. Yeah.
For me, I got to go with Rancic. I mean, Vernon Wells. I mean, that's what I know, and he's done so many big Hollywood movies that. So I'm definitely partial to him. Yeah.
He's such a gentleman.
He's a wonderful person, like complete opposite of what he plays. He always plays such a bad guy, and he's just an angel. Such a sweet man.
Any memories as far as like any good stories with Vernon, you and him?
Gosh, if people say that's like asking you to tell a joke. You have them all.
There's so many, right?
Yeah, I mean, we just, our cast got along so well. I mean, everybody was like a family. And they brought in Vernon Wells and Edward Albert, who have done so much, so many Hollywood films at that point. So it was kind of cool to be a young actor and have those guys there to really walk you through certain etiquettes on set, certain things that you have to kind of learn on the job. So just hearing their stories, I think that was pretty cool with Vernon, just hearing some of these stories, like working with Schwarzenegger and a lot of the Mad Max stuff that he did. So I like hearing those old Hollywood stories.
Nice. Did he give you any good advice? Anything to just go carry with you?
They just taught us how to be professional on set, and I think it kept the egos in check and kept us working hard, because if anyone ever did something, they were there to be like, hey, you're still young at this stuff. So our cast was good like that, but I think overall just kept us kind of in check as professionals.
That's fantastic. Another question over here. Yes, sir, your name?
Braden from Leesville, Louisiana. And I was wondering if there's like any other Ranger teams that you would like to see your characters like team up with? If you can pick any other team, who would you team up with?
Them. I liked their season. I thought that they had really good storylines and they're traveling into the future and back in time. I loved all that. So, Time Force.
Time Force.
Yeah, I would have to say probably the original Mighty Morphin because people always say like, we love Mighty Morphin first, but Time Force is the second best, you know? So everyone always loves those two seasons. And what I think would be cool, selfishly, is with the time travel to have a Time Force go back with the Mighty Morphin and create some sort of place thing, because you can do that.
Yeah.
When you have time travel, the possibilities are endless. And I think putting together what I feel has been the two most popular seasons would be something worth looking into.
That's fantastic. Have y'all been keeping up with the Boom comics? Because it seems like they're doing kind of some of that stuff right now. So, what are your thoughts on those?
I think the fact that they're doing just that is great. I think that goes back to what Kat was saying, that they're listening now in terms of what the fans want. I know Aaron or Jen, Aaron Cahill's character plays a part of it. So I feel like they're doing that way in terms of the different dimensions and answering some of those questions. So and it's accomplishing that.
Yeah, and a lot of the things that fans have asked, like what is Tommy and Kat together, or what happened to Wes and Jen, or they end up exploring that in the comics, so that if you had questions about it, it kind of gets answered in the comics, which is fun. Oh no! Are you okay?
He's not happy about this public.
Oh.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next one. Hi. Your name?
Rizwan from Lafayette, Louisiana. So my question for both of y'all is, there's been a lot of talk from Amit, who was into Wild Force as a writer. He did Forever Red. And he said the original script had the idea for Tommy and some other veteran Rangers to form what they would later know as Project Hexagon, which would travel through different seasons, and they would have like Tommy and veteran Rangers like lead these teams and kind of keep eyes on it. And we kind of see that a little bit with Super Mega Force, where you guys come back and help out, and we see it again with the Dimensions in Danger. Can you comment any more on, like, maybe if you have any ideas on how it would work out, or what would be something for that?
I don't know. I mean, I think they're open to exploring all of that at the moment. So we'll see. I like the idea of them bringing back some of the older leaders as a mentor to the newer teams. I think that's a great idea. And then the Master Morpher now that Tommy has opens up a whole new thing. So who knows what they're going to do with it.
That'd be great if they gave y'all Master Morphers to what y'all's done.
I
so
deserve a Master
I think
Morpher.
I played the Pink Ranger longer than anyone else.
Yeah. Anyway.
Forever Pink. Let's get the next one.
I'm loud. I'm Travis McCoy from Lafayette and moved to Athens and now back here to see you guys. Nice. First I'll say, like, y'all made my daughter's day yesterday when she came here in the pink onesie and all that. She was talking about it still constantly. But I wanted to ask, so what is y'all favorite, like, co-star that y'all got to work with, and like any kind of, like, fun set stories back behind the scenes, shenanigans y'all gotten into?
Well, the video that we if you look at our Instagram, we like to show a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
We did play a little prank on Kat Museum. We showed her a video we can't talk about here. She didn't know it was coming.
Oh
So we like, Kat, look at this building that's burning, and she's like, and then boom, there's something that happened on there. So we like to do that.
They love to get a rise out of me. It's like so funny to them. But
It's
like,
only 'cause
I
they
hate
like
you,
you.
my eyes. What have I seen? Yeah.
It's not like because they like you.
Yes, we're a big family. It's awesome.
Your name, sir?
Robert from Louisiana.
Hi, Robert. Let's all say hi for you.
Hi, Robert. What's the weirdest fan gift y'all ever got?
Oh gosh, there's been some weird ones for sure. Well, the boys. I don't know if you got this. I know the boys got a lot of underwear. Sometimes used underwear. We've gotten a lot of wonderful gifts too. Like the fans have given us tons of toys and just amazing things they've made us, and I keep all of them. I love it. Our drawings, all that kind of stuff. Weirdest one probably was something like someone's clothing, an item of someone's clothing. I got a lot of weird letters from people in jail. Yeah, that was a little nerve-wracking. They started to filter through our fan mail after that. So.
Well, that's good.
I used to get, like, I had a fan that used to send me he must have read somewhere that I liked murder mystery books and things like that. So he used to send me things like that, which is kind of concerning when someone that you don't know is sending you murder mystery books.
From jail?
I don't know if it was from jail. I just, yeah. So stuff like that.
One of your favorite authors? Since you brought that up.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think about the authors. I just read whatever. I don't know.
Nice.
I like James Patterson. I like his books. I've read tons of books like about Jack the Ripper, those kind of things. I like the psychology kind of stuff.
I like that. Got a question over here. Hello.
My name's Jamie, and I'm from Lafayette, Louisiana.
Hi, Jamie.
I was curious, what was more fun, playing the bad guy or playing the good guy when you were playing Kat?
I liked being the evil cat. That was really fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Once you're a good guy, then it was all just like, yes, right, okay. A lot of that. Not as much personality.
I loved the double agenting.
Yeah, I liked that too.
Some of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, mine too. It was a lot of fun.
Nice, good question. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Alexander from Alexandria.
Oh, that's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, this is more for Catherine. Was the decision to play a character named Kat made, was the character's name of Kat already decided before you were cast? A woman named Catherine who's playing a girl named Kat, was that a decision that had already been made?
Yes, actually, it was serendipity. Yeah, I was already Catherine with a K. I'm with a C, so that was the only difference.
And how did you feel about actually voicing a cat monster who literally had to lay on the catisms thick? I mean, Catastrophe was literally laying it on
Yeah,
thick.
as thick, yeah, catastrophe. I mean, yeah, just let's beat over the head of the fans with it. Yeah, then we had fun. Our ADR person, his name's Scott, was, we always used to have a great time together and just being silly and playing around. So, yeah, so that we had fun doing the cat monster. I had to do
Nice.
Yeah, she was like, Rangers. Yeah.
Catching me off. Yes, sir.
All right, my question is for Jason. How does it feel to know that you came back for like 4 different team up episodes? You came back for Wild Force team up, Forever Red, the Mega Force team up, and then you came back for the most recent one, Ninja Steel.
You know, it's an honor, to be honest with you, because there's been so many different Rangers over so many different seasons, and I just was a part of that big puzzle. So I think anytime you get to be asked back that many times, it's an honor that either someone likes you or they like your work, but either way, those guys are very specific. They watch who represents the brand, they watch who's a good person. So it's an honor to be back that many times, because it shows you're doing something right. Yeah, very cool.
It means you're legit.
He is legit.
It means I'm legit.
Good at what you do. Yes, sir, your name?
I'm AJ from Lafayette, and first off, I wanted to say, both of y'all, I got to talk to you yesterday and today, and y'all truly made me feel important. Y'all were able to listen to my story, and y'all truly, I felt like y'all actually connected with me, and I want to say thank you for everything y'all done. Also, my question is, okay, so the franchise has been 25 years, which is amazing, more phenomenal. But I had to throw that in.
Yeah,
but
right out there.
so the franchise is obviously big in certain communities, but there seems to be a disconnect or a little stigma for fans, people making fun of us because we watch it, and sometimes we also feel that the actors don't get the respect and get the movie roles that they actually deserve. So did y'all ever feel like y'all were held back because y'all were a part of the show? And thank y'all so much for coming down here.
Oh, thank you. I definitely feel like there may have been a little stereotyping with as far as auditioning went, because a lot of the casting directors that I experienced didn't know that we appeared without helmets, so they just thought we were like not seen as actors, you know. So and I felt like I had to prove myself a little bit more when I went out there into the real world, because I wasn't able to work at all when I was on the show, so I had to kind of figure out the audition scene in America once I got here. So yeah, maybe a little bit of that.
Yeah, I would agree. When we first came off the show, there was a thought that having it on your resume was bad and not good. You know, I know a lot of Rangers took it off their resume as much as we loved the experience. I never did, because I thought, man, you know, 40 episodes of being a lead character, at the very least, you know, I learned how to be a professional on set every day, so I never did that, but some actually took it off. It's funny now because it seems to have come full circle, where now you'll go and do the stuff and people are like, whoa, you're a Power Ranger? That's so cool. So it used to be that way, and I feel it's actually complete 180 now, because you know, I feel like the franchise is really on this upward climb now, where it is cool to watch it. It is cool the fact that there's this nostalgia to it. Parents are watching with their kids, so I think what you said was definitely true years ago. It feels totally opposite now, and I love it. I mean, I love being a part. I always tell people there's probably not a part in my life that hasn't been touched by that, where people have offered me parts in movies just because of this wonderful fan base that we have, and it's going to put, as they call, butts in seats to watch it. I mean, Resident Evil doesn't happen without Power Rangers for me. I mean, that audition happened because of my involvement in that. And the Japanese love Power Rangers, so when I came, they're like, oh my God, you're a Red Ranger. And I'm like, yes, I am. So that helped me get Resident Evil. So it's helped me tremendously ever since then.
That's fantastic. Good question.
My question is for Kat. What did you like more, Mighty Morphin, Zeo, or Turbo?
That's like Sophie's choice. Oh, that was a very high-pitched laugh. I'm sorry. I loved it. It didn't feel like different seasons to us because they just rolled into each other. Yeah. So other than us wearing a different suit and the command center getting a little spruced up, I didn't feel like they were different seasons. But as I've gone back now and watched them, I think Kat's best season was Zeo, because it was my season. I didn't share the suit with anybody. I feel like I could evolved as a character in Zeo. Well, what was your favorite?
My favorite was actually Zeo too.
Yeah? Oh, cool.
Slap hands on that. Good question. Thanks, man. Hi. What's your next question?
My next question is, how do you change into Rangers?
Oh, we can't give our secrets away. I'll tell you later, Lily. It's a secret.
Nice. We're gonna get some secrets. That's awesome.
Secrets don't make friends.
Who's next? We're over here?
She's a future Pink Ranger, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You gonna be a Pink Ranger?
Yeah.
Nice. I like that. Yes, sir.
I can honestly talk to y'all all day about this kind of stuff, but I'm keeping it like one at a time. But this one's for Catherine. How did you feel replacing Kimberly? Like, did you feel like fans might not like you as much since they're used to her? Or just like, kind of how was you feeling about taking over her spot?
Well, when I first was cast, I didn't actually realize I was replacing anybody. I thought I was an addition to. So when I realized,
Did they tell you?
They told me once I got the script. So it wasn't when I didn't realize when I was auditioning that I was replacing anybody. So when I watched the show and I knew that now I was the Pink Ranger, and then I saw Amy Jo, I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm becoming that character. How's that going to work? Because we're completely different. But once I realized when I got to America and how popular she was and how popular the show was, I felt like I really owed it to the fans to just bring something very different. And they did a really good job of making Kat and Kimberly very, very different. Yes. Kimberly was like the bubbly, fun valley girl, and Kat was a little bit more serene. She was a little bit more of a Trini kind of character, actually. So yeah, so I definitely felt intimidated taking her place, but I think that they did a good job making us different.
You're like a little more grounded and more real to me.
Yeah.
I think so. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
You did awesome.
Thank you.
You did awesome. Big shoes to fill, but you made it your own. You made it your own. Big shoes to fill. You totally made it your own. You own it. Want to go to him or you? All right.
So, how do you guys feel about the new Beast Morpher season coming out? I know a lot of people in the Ranger community like swore that Q Ranger was going to be the next one, the Celestials. I know some cosplayers already had them ready and were out there for like the Muscle Geek Physique group. They had the full Q Ranger team, all the Celestials out for Power Morphicon and all that. But now they announced we're doing the Beast Morphers, the next one.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're doing like their suits are different. They look more like the CW, like leather kind of suit style. So I don't know if y'all saw any of that and kind of what y'all opinions on the new season.
We met them at Power Morphicon, the new kids, and we only met the first three that they announced. And I thought the suits were very cool. And I think the cast is beautiful. I love the diversity again. I think that's great.
It's a really cool cast.
Really beautiful cast. But I don't know anything about the Celestial.
Yeah, it's just the Sentai. The Sentai in Japan was like what was huge over there. Everybody was sure that was the next one that they're going to adapt over. But once Hasbro kind of took it over, it seems like they switched to the Beast, which everybody might kind of. But their stuff looks more Transformer-like. So we're wondering if that was kind of, if y'all had heard anything, if that's why they chose that or
They
what.
don't always follow the order of the Sentai footage, though.
So the one that you talked about was the next one up in the Sentai, right?
Yeah, that's what everybody like. It was being hyped about, and everybody was sure that was the next adaptation. I don't remember if it was actually the next in line, but I know it was like what was to be assumed.
What's the theme of the Q Ranger one?
It's like the Celestial. It's another like in outer space kind of one.
Space.
It's like all the Rangers are based on the celestial constellations and all that stuff.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah, they're super cool.
So that was a favorite then. People were excited for that.
Like I said, you could look like Muscle Geek Physique. Those guys, they were at Power Morphicon with a whole group. I think they had another group there also. And yeah, they did full. But they have a bigger team too to start off with. I think it's like 12 Rangers or something like that. It's
I know that they have noticed that the fans really like the animal thing, or like the dinosaurs, and so maybe it might have been something to do with that. I don't know.
And we're also thinking it might have been there's less Rangers also, and the Hasbro kind of test the waters of it too. They don't want to spend all the money on 12 Rangers when they can start off with 3. Then I think it grows to like 5 or so.
Or 6.
Well, also remember a lot of people were also really upset that they skipped Go Busters back in whenever that was after Go Kaiser. So I could see that being like a go back to say, okay, we're sorry for skipping Go Buster. That was Saban's mistake, but we're here to fix that.
Yeah. Well, there's a new king in town now with Hasbro, so it'll be interesting to see.
I'm anxious to see what they're going to do.
Yeah.
This is the next question. Your name, sir?
I'm Shane. I'm from right here in Lafayette. My next question is here for Jason. Always been a curiosity. When you did Time Force, basically you did 2 characters. It was 2 different guys. And I'm a fan of drama and acting. Always wondered what it's like to get into into your heads. How hard was it to get into character for Wes and then Alex? For you to be like 2 polar opposites of each other, basically.
Well, the Wes character is pretty true to who I am. Besides the rich family.
Glad to hear that.
So besides the wealthy upbringing, Wes is very, very true to my real personality. And Alex was the one. And what we did for that, we just tried to keep it keep in mind the military side. Every time we saw Alex, it was all military. So we tried to keep posture a certain way. We tried to keep demeanor a certain way. Less is more. Less movement, less talk. This guy's a man of few words, and that's kind of the route that I took with it. So with Wes being true to who I am, it was more just about finding Alex. And again, I just worked on a lot of body movement to make sure that Wes was open and big, and Alex was a lot more subtle and contained. Yeah, good word, contained. So I don't know about hard, but it was fun kind of finding that difference. And of course, the way they made my hair jet black. And
it was very good at seeing that, because if it wasn't for the hair, I didn't know it was the same person. I didn't know it was you.
Yeah.
When I was a kid watching it, you notice those things.
A lot of people don't realize
that's the same person.
Yeah. I wish they would have flushed it out a little bit more. Alex kind of disappeared, and even I had forgotten that he had saved Wes's dad's life. I mean, I was like, oh, Alex is such a jerk. And I'm like, well,
It was great.
he
It was great
losing
acting because
yeah.
The voice changed and personality, of course, was like a 180 too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we just try to keep it very still, and that was kind of my thing for that. So, good question.
Nice. Thank you, sir. Got another one back here. Your name?
Hi, my name's Antonio. I have a question for both of you. First part is for Jason. One of my favorite episodes is the All Red Rangers episode. How much fun was filming that, and how cool was it to see all of them? And as a follow-up to Catherine, if a Pink Power Ranger episode ever came up, who would you want to go in as?
Good questions.
Okay, so the Red Ranger one, at that time I had not met any of those guys. So I was kind of curious to see different personalities, different egos, how that was going to work in terms of screen time and the dynamic of all these personalities in the room. We all played nice, to be honest with you. It worked out really well. We all got along very, very nicely. That episode became very popular, but it was cool meeting everybody because I knew more about the history of the show at that point, so I was excited to meet some of these guys. And to this day, a lot of us have cultivated some very, very strong friendships since then. So a lot of fun.
Fantastic.
Which Ranger would I want to come back as?
Yeah, so two questions. Who would you want to come back as? And I know you've probably met some of the Pink Rangers, but which ones haven't you met?
I've met all of them. I have my favorites. Erin Cahill's one of my favorites.
Lovely. She's so great.
She's the best. I think if I was to choose which suit, I would choose Zeo.
Nice.
Yeah. And did I answer your question? That's it? Yeah. Okay. And I liked the Ninjetti suit. I wish they'd done a little bit more Ninjetti. I really liked the Ninjetti powers and Ninja.
I like Ninja.
Ninja.
Yes, sir.
So I was kind of reading an interview the other day when I saw you on a poster at my workplace for Comic Con, and it said that you were the resident prankster, Jason, of Time Force, and I was wondering what your favorite prank on a coworker or coworkers was.
Well, the one I can tell you is, I think the one that we always talk about, we constantly were doing stuff to each other, constantly, and we do to this day. But there was one episode where at the very end of the scene, the girls had this big bucket of water and they poured it on us to end the show. I forget which one it was, but it was kind of cold outside and there was these big buckets of water that were not. And so at the very end, they poured it on us and it was like, haha, part of the show. So after we wrapped for the day, we told the directors, hey, do us a favor, would you lead Deb and Aaron over to this spot where we're going to get a big thing of bucket of water, like the current day cold bucket challenge.
There you go.
So they kind of let them, hey, Aaron, Deb, we got to speak to you for a second. They're like, what's wrong? What's going on? And they kind of came over. Me and Michael had this big bucket of water. It was great. They had white shirts on. They're like, you guys, what are you doing? We're like, oh, we didn't think about that, But we just doused them with it. They were so embarrassed, but we got them back, which was kind of fun.
You have a question? How you doing? What's your name?
Aiden.
Where are you from?
Garyville. Louisiana. Did y'all get hurt, and was it easy to see through the Master in this show?
So the question is, did they ever get hurt while on set, and was it easy to see?
And I have another one. What's your favorite video game too?
Okay. I did get hurt during Turbo. I sprained my ankle a little bit when we were jumping off the cliff. So if you go back and watch the part when we're about to save Larigo, and we all jump off the cliff, you'll see a really bad wig and a man going like this. It's not me. And then the mask we can see out of, but it's very dark. It's like dark sunglasses. And what was the favorite video game? I really have a love-hate relationship with them because my son loves video games, and they drive me crazy. But I will say I love watching Zelda, Legend of Zelda.
Nice.
So. Oh,
That was totally planned. That was totally planned. We totally knew that was going to happen.
That is hilarious. He just thought,
Thank you, Link.
My favorite video game is Resident Evil. So I spent so much time on that. I just became partial to that video game series. Very scary, But I enjoyed that process of doing video games, and so I'd say probably Resident Evil for me. And I never got hurt on set, no. When I was on the show, it was, you know, they had a lot of stuntmen that did a lot of the stuff, so they kept us far away from anything dangerous that could really get us. So I know Cahill got hurt once, running around a corner, and she fell and just slid and just skinned her. Yeah, she passed out.
Oh, no.
She'll tell you that story when you meet her, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
They're like, are you okay? She's like, yeah. She passed out one time, but other than that, yeah, no injuries.
Well, there you go. Feel good about those answers? He feels good.
He feels good.
He feels good. Next question. Yes, let's see. I was going here first.
I know I have a lot of questions, but both of you guys had romantic storylines in your show. Kat had it with Tommy, and Wes had it with Jen. So my question is, what was it like playing those storylines out, and how much fun did you have playing them out?
We didn't kiss. We held hands a lot. I really struggle with that because I don't think it was necessary for Kat and Tommy to date. I think that they just always paired the Pink Ranger and the leader together, and Kat and Tommy had very similar history with the starting evil and all of that, but they had a really good relationship, and I feel like it put the fans in an uncomfortable place because Kimberly and Tommy were such a couple, and that was like a really big storyline. So I struggle with that, why they chose that, to go that route, but Kat didn't need a man.
Oh. Girl power, I like it.
Girl power, yeah.
Yeah, for us, I think it worked because it worked pretty well because of the dynamic of her losing her fiance and then coming back and like finding love in the most precarious, unexpected time, and then finding out that he did not die. So it was interesting, and they kept it very clean in terms of our season. I don't even think we held hands in that, so it was more suggestive. But I kind of like the way that they did it. I think a lot of people wanted more answers at the end of why she left. That was a big issue between the writers and the producers. Does Jen stay or does Jen go? It was two different. It could have gone two different directions, but she ended up leaving. So I enjoyed what they did with that, and I think it's good that they didn't beat us over the head with overly romantic gestures. I think that was kind of like just puppy love the way that we did it, so it worked out good.
There you go. Good answers. Got one right here.
You broached the whole favorite villain thing. What are, and this is personal preference for both of you, your least favorite monster, mutant, robot villain in any season, whether or not it was your seasons?
I haven't seen a lot of the other seasons, but I really didn't like the Machine Empire. I just did not like them. They were just no personality, especially after coming from Rita and Zed. I just thought it was a bit like, they weren't scary, and the cogs were cool, but I didn't like the Machine Empire.
Cold and sterile, kind of.
Yeah,
right?
very sterile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one villain, I can't remember the name in ours, and I forget what the name was, but he was kind of like a scaredy cat, and Frax was taking advantage of him. But I just remember his whole time it just didn't seem to work. But I can't remember for the life of me the name of the character, but it was one of ours.
Can you remember something about the character, and maybe we can?
I can't, bud. I can't.
Just marinate on it. Marinate on it.
Yeah.
Some of the ones you said Frax was involved with.
Yeah.
I know Frax was involved with Venomark, who was responsible for Rancic's illness. Frax tried to take control of Nauticon, who was more innocent.
Maybe that was it. Maybe it was Nauticon.
Nauticon was the one with the tentacles. I think Barbara Goodson voiced him. He was the one who Trip tried to save because he wasn't actually villainous.
Maybe it was
that's
that
a good
one.
memory.
It's amazing.
Wow.
That was great. Good
Look at
job.
the encyclopedia with that. I like this. Coming back over here. Hi. Your name, sir?
Jesse. Garyville. No problem. I was just wondering what y'all's martial arts background was before starting Power Rangers.
I'm an 8th degree black belt in karate. And just kidding. I wish I could say that. I wish I could say that. No, I'm a dancer. Actually, most of the girls were dancers or gymnasts. So we were really good at picking up the choreography, and Koichi, our stunt coordinator, was really amazing at kind of tailoring our fights to suit our style. But the boys most of the boys are really amazing with martial arts in my season.
I trained JKD, Jeet Kune Do, for about 3 years, but truthfully, you know, for our getting the roles, it was just about our reading and how good of actors we were. They didn't, unlike the original cast, they wanted to see moves. That was not a part of us getting casted. It was strictly on our reads and our acting. Yeah, but I happen to have 3 years of experience doing it, so it was good to, you know, you had that in terms of being versatile on camera, but even screen fighting is so much different than real training. Everything's got to be real big and long, and so even you have to. We did go through a 2-week training of how to fight on camera, which was big, how to fall. But I do have 3 years of Jeet Kune Do.
Nice. Another question over here. Yes, sir. Your name?
Aaron from Lake Providence. This question is for Jason. Do you know if they have you voice in any more Resident Evil video games or animated movies?
Right now, there's nothing on slate, but that changes by the day out there. So, as of now, oh, that's not true. That's not true. There's a project that I'll be doing in early November. That's voiceover. But that'll be something quick. But in terms of like mainstream franchise stuff, nothing's on slate right now.
Thank you. My dudes. There another one?
This album for Catherine, how is it like in Australia?
Oh, Australia's beautiful. I didn't appreciate it as much until I moved away from it. But we have lots of really cool animals that you can't find anywhere else in the world, and really good seafood. Like, you guys have good seafood here, but we have really, really good seafood. Like, the best. I'm a seafood snob now. And it's got beautiful beaches, and it gets very hot.
My question's for Catherine also. In Power Rangers, was her name Kat or was it Catherine? Because some Power Rangers would call you Kat, some would call you Catherine. I just didn't get it.
Yeah. You're right.
Kat or Catherine?
It's the same for me in my real life. I always feel like I'm in trouble when people say Catherine. Kat was more casual. But you're right. Get it right, people.
Man, I feel like you should take over my job. You're really good. I get the same thing with Matt and Matthew, so I hear you. You got another question?
I have 2 questions. Did you watch 4? And do you like Thor's muscles?
Thor, and I definitely like Thor's muscles. And other things. Take it easy. Yes, the Ragnarok was so funny. I loved Ragnarok.
Good question.
And he's very handsome, isn't he?
Yeah.
You watched it too? You're a fan of Thor? Nice. You want to marry Thor?
That's a good goal.
Hey, it's all good. Who's got another one? All right.
I'm sure your parents won't mind if you marry Thor. It's a game changer.
Dr. Strange is over here. He can vouch for Thor.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Mary. Lafayette. So, thank you. This is for both of y'all. Oh my gosh. What is the most memorable scene, I can't even say it, that y'all acted in, and why?
Most memorable scene and why? In Power Rangers?
Yes.
Yeah. I loved, there was an episode in Turbo called Wait and See, where Kat was struggling with her self-esteem and she wasn't eating because she was worried about gaining weight for a ballet show or something. And I just really liked the message that it sent to girls about being true to who you are, and it's what's on the inside that counts, not what's on the outside. So that was like my most memorable episode, I think.
I think for me it was I guess End of Time Part 3. I'll always remember when I came to say goodbye to our cast, Michael and Aaron and Deborah and Kevin. So we had our goodbye scene before they left. And it was emotional in the scene, it was emotional in real life because we knew we were saying goodbye. We knew that this was, you know, we did something pretty cool and we knew it was coming to an end. So I'll always remember that as being a pretty pivotal scene. Yeah. Good question.
Thank you for the question. Thank you, Dr. Strange, too. Yes, sir.
It's me again. I have one for each of y'all real quick. Jason, you said that like you tried out for Lost Galaxy Red, Lightspeed Red, and then Time Force Red. Did you also try out for any other colors, or if you just went straight for Red because that was your favorite color, or you felt like you could be a leader?
No, when you read, they kind of knew how they're going to slate it that year. They kind of had an idea of what they were looking for, so it just so happened Danny Slavin got the role of Red and Sean Johnson got the role of Red and Lightspeed. So when you go in, it's not like you can choose, it's just how they were going to kind of slate him that year. So that's just how it worked out. Yeah.
And then Adam and Rocky all got different colors. Would you have liked to go in a different color, or maybe switch to yellow, or would you happy just to stay pink?
I was fine with that. I mean, I knew I was going to be pink. I knew there was not going to be a change, so yeah.
There we go.
Fine with that.
So I got time for one more.
See someone way in the back there.
Yeah.
Where?
Over there.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Good catch.
You're working for that one, yeah.
Man.
There it is.
He's Hollywood back there with his sunglasses on.
Hello. I was a bit late, so I'm not sure if you were asked, but do either of you read the current comic? And if you do, what's your thoughts on Lord Dracone and the way the event just ended?
Oh yeah, that upset so many people.
Oh, yeah.
Tommy dying, yeah. I like the Lord Draken angle. I think it's, and the Ranger Slayer and all that, I think it's really cool that they're exploring that and Tommy staying evil instead of, you know, being the savior to everybody. Yeah, I think it's really cool. And the writing is really good.
It opens the door for Wes to come in and save the day, right?
He's going to. Wes will be.
I'm all right with that.
Wes is coming back.
So we're coming to the end. Final thoughts, projects coming up. Where can we find you online?
I have Instagram and Facebook, but I don't check Facebook as much. But it's Catherine_Sutherland is my Instagram name, and I usually post everything I'm doing on there, so I won't bore you with all those details.
Yeah, I've got a couple projects coming out later this year, and I'm pretty active on my social media. My Instagram, which is the one that I do see, is just my name, Jason Faunt. Facebook is the Jason Faunt fan site, and Twitter is the Jason Faunt. But Instagram is where I'm on. You can see. And I do try and check those when I can, and like back pictures and respond when I can. And any new projects that I do, I always put those out there right away, so you can keep up on those there as well.
Right on. Well, on behalf of myself, the ABC staff, the volunteers, and everyone, thank you for coming to Lafayette.
Thank you for having
really
us.
appreciate it. Don't give it up.
Thank you.
Give it up.
If you guys have any more questions, we'll be back at the tables for a couple more hours. Come on by and hang out.
Thank you so much. One more time. Jason, Kat, up in the house. Thank y'all so much.